guys, and welcome back to my channel. Excuse my voice and my absence from YouTube because I have been very under the weather, but I wanted to film my first Halloween tutorial for you guys, so here it is. As you can probably already tell, my eyebrows are already glued down. I was going off of memory. I didn't watch any videos or anything of how to glue them down. If you watched my drag queen video with my cousin, it was quite the shit show, but I was just going off of memory here. They aren't perfect, so I would recommend watching a more professional makeup artist gluing down their eyebrows to give it a more realistic look. I'm priming with the Cover FX blurring primer and then jumping into the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I chose a more inexpensive foundation since I was going to be using it not only on my face but on my neck, my shoulders, and my chest as well. My port is accessed right now, so I have tape on my chest, and I just wanted to show you that I wasn't naked because from this angle I look kind of naked. But obviously, if you wanted to take this look all the way down your arms, on your hands, down further on your chest, then I would recommend investing in some type of water-based body paint. Now I'm just going to take some translucent powder and dust it anywhere that I put the foundation. I'm jumping into the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette and taking the light brown shade, and I'm going to very sloppily contour my nose. The reason I say it's sloppy is because I feel like this look kind of is sloppy. It's really not precise or needs to be perfect. To me, she's an old, ragged doll that was painted forever ago and has come to life. So that's one thing I did like about this look, is that it can be patchy and not so perfect. So don't feel like you have to make everything really blended or anything like that. You can make it as perfect or as sloppy as you want, and I chose the more old sloppy look. I'm also going to go ahead and contour my cheeks with the same eyeshadow. I'm using an eyeshadow brush just to make it a little more chiseled than, I cannot talk today, to make it more chiseled than I usually would, and just go back in and do some more shading on the nose and above my natural brow, and then also going to put some of that shade on my eyelid into my crease. I'm also going to take this shade on my lower lash line and blow it out. I'm going to go back in and define the nose a little bit more. I am following several reference pictures that I found online on Instagram. I do not know the artist's name. It was just like in a compilation video, and I've seen a lot of doll and ventriloquist type of makeup online, and that's what I got inspired by. So I'm kind of just going off of 3 different reference pictures. If I find the artist, I will put them down below. But like I said, I'm just kind of going in and defining the nose, giving myself a little more of a button nose. Nothing precise, like I said. It's just kind of going with the flow here. It all comes together in the end. Looks a little weird while I'm doing it, but it all comes together, I promise. With the same shade I've been using all along, I'm going to make squiggly vertical lines all up and down my face, my neck, my chest. I am going for a more wooden look with this doll. This is an extremely just squiggly line process, nothing precise here. And I'm switching back and forth between a couple different brushes. I got a brush set from Michael's that had like 25 different brushes in it for 10 bucks because I don't want all the lines to be the exact same size. If this was a real wooden doll, the lines, the cracks, whatever you want to call it, would all be different sizes and shapes, bigger, smaller. So I wanted to switch back and forth between several different brushes through the process. But again, this is just with the eyeshadow. And this is probably the most tedious part of the look, but this is what makes it all come together. So just be patient during this process. In one of the pictures that I was using, it had a joint-like look to it, as if, say, you had a Barbie doll and the shoulder of where the arm and the shoulder would come together, that joint would actually come off. So I really liked that look, so that's kind of what I'm doing here on both sides. You don't have to do this, you could just do the lines all up and down, no big deal. But I liked the idea of having her have the detachable joints, if you will. And actually I didn't do vertical lines coming from there, I did horizontal lines because that's the way that it would crack if it was to be cracked or wooden in the pictures that I went from. And then I'm just going back in and just adding more lines all over the place. Now I'm taking a ColourPop liquid lipstick, this is in the shade Limbo, and just darkening some of the lines. I'm not doing this to every one of them, I'm just doing it to just define some of the lines more than others. This is a Mehron Paradise Face and Body water activated paint, and it's obviously in the color white, and I'm starting to make teeth. Now what I liked about this was that it was very easy to use. Just take a little bit of water on a paintbrush and start just making little sharp teeth. I want her to have little sharp teeth, just like in the reference picture I was using. And I liked the fact that it was a more straight mouth than just like a usual mouth that we have that curves down or whatnot. It was a straight across mouth on the upper and lower part of the mouth, and it was dragged out some, but I did want her teeth to be sharp and kind of creepy looking. You can do it however you want. And also, if you don't get the teeth perfect when it comes to using the white, you can go in with the black. This is the same kind of paint from Mehron, just in black, but this is when you can really define the teeth and make them more sharp and pointy if that's what you want to do. Now I'm taking a Snazaroo water activated paint from Michael's. I believe this was like $8, and I think the Mehron paints are around 18. I'll put it down below. But now I am making her lips. You can give your girl some DSL, some small little Reba McEntire lips, whatever you want to do here. I chose to, I don't know, make them, I guess, a little thinner than usual, but I think the important part here is to drag the mouth out a little bit like I'm doing there. And it just makes it more doll-like, I suppose, and a little more creepy. But of course, you don't have to do that. I just chose to do that. And then go straight across my mouth underneath all of the teeth and just basically do the exact same thing. Now I'm dipping back into the white and just making these little lines on the Cupid's bow to give it a more gloss-like appearance. I'm also going to take that white and put that right under my lower lash line. and then dip back into the black and make those classic little ventriloquist lines that go from the mouth down past the chin. Switching to a more precise paintbrush, I'm also taking the black and giving her some really thin eyebrows, taking it from the bridge of my nose up over my natural brow, and then just kind of carving out a new eyelid with the white paint. Using the Fenty Beauty black eyeliner, I'm giving myself somewhat of a thick liner here, winging it out just a tad, and then dipping back into the black Mehron water paint and just tracing right under that white liner that I used on my lower lash line. Still using the same paint, I'm going to follow the reference picture and start making a crack from my eye, and I think it turned out pretty good. And then I'm going to take that paint and just put it right by where I put that shadow earlier, where the joint is, just to give it more definition. Now I'm going to take Makeup Geek's Corrupt Eyeshadow and place it right above the paint we used on our eyelid earlier, and also take White Lies from Makeup Geek and just place it on top of the white water paint we used earlier, and then tease the shit out of my hair, put some lashes on, and pop in some creepy white contacts, and this look is complete. I hope you liked this creepy, wooden, cracked, crazy looking doll, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you on my next one. Thanks for watching, guys.